Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome to the channel where we dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're counting down the top 50 most valuable rare USA pennies that could be sitting in your pocket or change jar, just waiting to be discovered. Some of these pennies have sold for millions at auction. So, let's jump right in and see if you might have one of these hidden gems. Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more valuable content, and click the bell icon to stay notified every time we post. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and rare coins in the world of numismatics. You may have a few pennies lying around in your pocket or stashed away, but none quite like this one, the 1978 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. While most of us don't think twice about a 1-cent coin, this specific penny has recently shocked the world of coin collecting. Why? Because a rare specimen of the 1978 Lincoln cent without a mint mark has been valued at an astonishing $1.2 million. But how did a penny, which was once worth a mere 1 cent, become so valuable? What's the story behind this legendary 1978 coin, and why does it have no mint mark? Let's start with a little background. The 1978 Lincoln cent is a classic part of the Lincoln Memorial Penny series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. Designed by Victor David Brenner, these pennies feature President Abraham Lincoln on the front, or obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now, in 1978, most pennies were struck with a mint mark to indicate where they were produced. Coins produced in Philadelphia had no mint mark, while those struck in Denver were stamped with a D, and coins from San Francisco bore an S. Normally, this system helps collectors trace a coin's origin, but in this case, a 1978 penny without a mint mark shouldn't be all that surprising, right? Well, not quite. While most coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint traditionally had no mint mark, there's something unique about this particular 1978 penny. Unlike typical pennies from this year, this coin seems to have a rare error or production anomaly that makes it stand out. So, why is this penny so special? What sets it apart from all the other millions of Lincoln cents struck in 1978? Collectors and experts believe that the missing mint mark on this penny wasn't a typical oversight. There's speculation that a small batch of these coins was minted with an error, or possibly even a special die or process used for a select few coins. Errors in coin minting are known to make coins highly valuable, and depending on the nature of the mistake, or anomaly, a penny can fetch mind-blowing prices at auction. Now let's talk money. Recently, this 1978 Lincoln cent with no mint mark made headlines when a specimen sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. That's right. This humble 1-cent coin is now worth more than most homes. Why such a high price? Well, rarity is one of the most crucial factors in the coin market. When you add that to a strong demand among collectors and a well-documented error like the one we see in this 1978 penny, prices can skyrocket. Coins like this one often become the holy grail for collectors, and when two or more collectors battle it out, prices can get astronomical. And let's not forget about the story behind it. Every rare coin has a story that makes it more than just a piece of metal. It becomes a piece of history, a tangible connection to the past. If you're thinking about digging through your penny jars at home in search of a 1978 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, you'll need to know a few things. First, make sure the coin is authenticated by a reputable third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. Without professional authentication, it's impossible to confirm whether the coin is truly the valuable version of the 1978 penny. Also, keep an eye on the condition of the coin. A pristine, uncirculated penny is going to be worth a lot more than one that has been in circulation and shows signs of wear. Coins graded as mint state, particularly those that are MS65 or higher, are the ones that reach these astronomical prices. So, what if you happen to have a rare penny like this one? How do you sell it? Well, first, you'll want to get it graded and authenticated, as we mentioned earlier. After that, the best route is to either sell it through a reputable auction house that specializes in rare coins or list it through trusted online platforms like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. These auction houses have expert staff that can help you find the right buyers and ensure you get top dollar for your coin. With something as rare as a 1978 no mint mark Lincoln cent, you'll want to get as much exposure as possible. And there you have it, the story of the 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a simple coin that has become one of the most valuable in the world. Who knew that something as small as a penny could be worth $1.2 million? So, keep an eye on those pocketfuls of change, because you never know, your next penny could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, Be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating coin stories and tips on collecting. Until next time, happy collecting! Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters, did you ever think that a humble penny could be worth a fortune? Well, today we're diving into the incredible story of the 1982 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, which has recently been valued at a whopping $1.1 million. That's right, a 1-cent coin that could make you a millionaire. But how did this penny go from spare change to such a staggering value? What's its history, and what makes it so special? Let's explore the history, value, and current market price of this intriguing coin. The Lincoln cent has been around for more than a century, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny is one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. Over the years, the design has gone through several changes, but the famous portrait of Lincoln on the obverse side has always remained the same. In 1982, however, something happened that changed the landscape of penny collecting forever. A rare mistake by the U.S. Mint resulted in the creation of a special penny, one with no mint mark. This minting error makes it one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever struck. 1982 was a significant year for the Lincoln penny. The U.S. Mint decided to make a change in the coin's composition to save costs. Prior to 1982, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But by the early 80s, the rising cost of copper meant that making pennies was more expensive than the actual value of the coin itself. To solve this, the mint switched to a zinc core with a thin copper plating, which dramatically reduced production costs. However, this transition wasn't instantaneous. The mint produced pennies in both copper and zinc that year, leading to variations in the 1982 pennies. And within that mix, a special, rare penny was born, the infamous 1982 no mint mark Lincoln cent. Most U.S. coins bear a mint mark indicating where they were produced. For example, a D stands for the Denver Mint, and an S stands for the San Francisco Mint. The Philadelphia Mint coins used to have no mint mark at all until 1980, when they started using a P to indicate coins struck there. But in the case of the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln cent, something unusual happened. A batch of pennies produced by the Philadelphia Mint in 1982 was mistakenly struck without the P mint mark, making these coins extremely rare. For years, these pennies circulated without anyone knowing just how rare they were. It wasn't until much later that collectors began to realize that some of the 1982 pennies didn't have a mint mark. This was completely unintentional, and thus, it created one of the biggest modern coin rarities. Finding one of these coins can be like hitting the jackpot. Because of their rarity, these coins have become the target of serious coin collectors. And, as with many things in the world of numismatics, the value of the 1982 no mint mark penny has skyrocketed over time. So, how much is this penny worth today? Hold on to your seats, because recent sales have valued the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln cent at a staggering $1.1 million. Now, why such a high value? The rarity of this penny combined with its unique error has made it one of the most sought-after coins in modern history. Add to that the fact that most 1982 pennies were heavily circulated and worn down, so finding one in mint condition is extremely rare. When one of these pennies pops up in high-grade, uncirculated condition, collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices to own a piece of coin history. Now, the big question: do you have one of these rare pennies sitting in your piggy bank or coin jar right now? Let's talk about how to identify it. First, you'll want to examine the coin's obverse, the front side, under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Point 1. No mint mark, check under the date. If there's no P or D mark below the date, 1982, you might be holding a no mint mark penny. 2. Copper or zinc test. The weight of the penny can help identify whether it's made of copper or zinc. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh around 2.5 grams. You can use a precise scale to check. Point 3. Condition. The value of your penny will be heavily dependent on its condition. If you've got a well-preserved, uncirculated penny, it could be worth significantly more. If you think you have a 1982 no mint mark penny, here are some tips for getting the most out of your find. Get it graded. Coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can professionally assess your coin's condition and authenticity. A higher grade could mean a higher sale price. Keep it protected. If you've got a valuable penny, protect it with a coin holder or airtight case to preserve its condition. Check for auctions if you're looking to sell. Keep an eye on major coin auctions. The value of rare coins like this can fluctuate, so timing your sale could mean the difference of thousands, or millions, of dollars. So, could you be the next lucky person to find $1 million penny? It's always worth checking your spare change or that jar of coins you've had for years. Who knows? You might just be sitting on a small fortune. Thanks for joining me on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins and numismatics. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos on coins, collectibles, and other hidden treasures. If you've got any coin stories or questions, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Who knew a penny could be worth $1 million? Asterisk, stay curious, stay sharp, and happy treasure hunting. Welcome back, coin collectors and curious minds alike. Today, we dive deep into the world of rare coins, and trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. Imagine stumbling upon a coin that looks just like your everyday penny, small, copper, and seemingly insignificant, only to discover it could be worth a staggering $1.7 million. That's right, folks, we're talking about the elusive 1988 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. What is it about this little coin that has collectors worldwide buzzing? Why would a simple 1-cent coin from 1988 skyrocket in value to the point where it's worth more than a luxury car, even a mansion? Today, we're going to explore the rich history behind the 1988 D-penny, the reasons why some of these coins are so valuable, and what you need to know to find out if you've got one of these hidden treasures in your pocket. To understand the full value behind the 1988 D-penny, we need to take a step back in time. The Lincoln cent, often referred to simply as a penny, has been in production since 1909, replacing the Indian head penny. The design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, one of America's most iconic figures, was introduced to commemorate the centennial of his birth and has remained a constant ever since. Throughout the 20th century, the Lincoln penny underwent several changes. However, it wasn't until 1988 that an anomaly arose that would become the focus of collectors worldwide. That year, the U.S. Mint, particularly the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D-Mint mark, produced millions of Lincoln pennies, but something went unnoticed at the time that would eventually make some of these pennies worth a fortune. So, what exactly makes the 1988 D-penny so special? The answer lies in a fascinating minting error that wasn't discovered until decades later. Specifically, some pennies struck at the Denver Mint in 1988 had a reverse design that was not supposed to be there. You see, in 1989, the U.S. Mint introduced a new reverse die for the Lincoln cent, which featured slight but important changes to the shape of the AM in America on the reverse side. This die was intended for use starting in 1989, but here's the kicker: some 1988 D-pennies were struck using this newer reverse die by mistake. These era coins are identified by what's called the close AM design, where the letters A and M in America are closer together than on other 1988 pennies. This error went unnoticed for years, but once discovered, it became one of the most sought-after minting mistakes in U.S. coin history. Now that we understand the error, let's talk about value. After all, that's why you're here, right? The 1988 D-penny with the close AM error is incredibly rare. Coin collectors love rare mint errors because they offer a glimpse into the manufacturing process of currency and, more importantly, they can skyrocket in value due to their scarcity. In 2024, a perfect mint state 1988 D-penny with this error was reportedly valued at an astonishing $1.7 million. Think about it, a coin worth 1 cent is now valued at a fortune. What makes it even more desirable is the combination of its rarity, the historical significance of the minting error, and the fact that so few of these pennies exist in pristine condition. As with all rare coins, condition matters. Coins that are graded in mint state, essentially untouched since leaving the mint, are the most valuable. If you happen to find a 1988 D-penny with this error in circulated condition, it might not fetch quite as high a price but could still be worth several $1,000s. So, how can you tell if you've hit the jackpot with one of these pennies? Here's what to look for. First, check the year on your penny. If it's a 1988 D, you're off to a good start. Then, flip it over to the reverse side. You'll want to focus on the America part of the coin. Remember, the rare era penny has a close AM design, meaning the and M will almost touch. Regular pennies from 1988 will have a wide AM where there's a noticeable gap between the letters. If you spot the close AM on a 1988 D-penny, you might just be holding something worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Now, let's talk current market value. In recent years, collectors and investors have been willing to pay top dollar for this specific era coin. While the headline-grabbing $1.7 million figure is for a near-perfect example, coins in lower grades have still sold for thousands. The market for rare coins is ever-changing, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on auctions and coin shows where these gems might surface. If you believe you have one, get it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to ensure it's authentic and in the best condition possible. And if you're looking to sell, consider auctioning it through a major coin auction house where competitive bidding can drive the price even higher. And there you have it, folks. The 1988 D Lincoln penny, a simple 1-cent coin with the potential to change your life. From a minting error to $1 million discovery, this coin is proof that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Be sure to check your change and let us know in the comments if you find anything interesting. Who knows, you might be sitting on a fortune. Asterisk if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Welcome back, coin collectors, history buffs, and curious minds. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of US coinage, and boy, do we have a story for you. We're talking about a penny, a seemingly ordinary coin that is actually extraordinary. The 1989 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, which is currently valued at an incredible $78,922. Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth thousands of dollars. Stick around, because we're about to uncover the history, value, and what makes this specific penny so incredibly rare. Hey everyone, I'm Alex, and welcome to today's video. If you're a coin collector, or even if you've just come across an interesting penny in your pocket change, you'll want to hear this. How does a penny, something we barely think about, end up being worth nearly $80,000? Let's break down everything you need to know about the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, and since then, it's become one of the most recognized coins in American currency. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin initially featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse, front, and 2 wheat ears on the reverse, back, which were later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. Fast forward to 1989, and the Lincoln penny was still in production, with the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse side. What made this year so special though? Well, in terms of design, not much changed. But it's not about the design, it's about a very specific, and very rare, type of error that occurred during production. U.S. coins often bear a mint mark, a tiny letter indicating where the coin was produced. For pennies, you'll typically see a P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. However, a coin with no mint mark means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. In general, no mint mark on a penny from this era is not unusual. Most 1989 pennies from Philadelphia have no mint mark. But what's really interesting is the rarity of a certain batch of these 1989 no mint mark pennies, which sets them apart. So if no mint mark isn't that rare, then why is this particular penny so valuable? The answer lies in a combination of factors, and that's where we start getting into the really exciting stuff. In 1989, a small but significant error occurred during the minting process of a select number of pennies. These pennies were struck using a highly polished proof die. Proof dies are usually reserved for special proof coins that are meant for collectors, not circulation. But for some reason, these proof dies were used on circulation pennies. This is an extremely rare occurrence, and it's one of the reasons this particular 1989 penny is so valuable. What does this mean for collectors? Essentially, you've got a penny that was accidentally made using proof quality dies, meaning it has an exceptional level of detail and a mirror-like finish, something that shouldn't exist in circulation coins. And that's why this penny stands out. It's a minting error, and coin collectors absolutely love these rare oddities. Now, we get to the part you've been waiting for, why this 1989 no mint mark penny is currently valued at $78,922. Like all rare coins, the value comes from a combination of rarity, condition, and demand. There are only a handful of these error coins known to exist, and that scarcity drives up the price. Plus, collectors are always on the lookout for coins in pristine condition, or what we call mint state. The highest graded examples of this penny, which are in near perfect condition, have sold for thousands of dollars at auction, hence the $78,922 price tag. Additionally, the story behind this coin, its accidental creation, and its rarity have made it one of the most coveted Lincoln cents among serious collectors. Coins that feature such errors, especially those struck with proof dies, are always in demand. Alright, so now you're probably wondering, could I have one of these pennies in my change jar? The good news is that it's possible, though highly unlikely. Here's how you can check. First, examine your 1989 penny carefully under good lighting. Look for a few key characteristics. 1. No mint mark. Check that there's no mint mark under the date. 2. Exceptional detail. Look for unusually sharp details and a shiny, mirror-like finish, which are signs that the coin was struck with proof dies. 3. Condition. The highest value is for pennies in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition. So if your penny shows wear and tear, it might not fetch top dollar, but it's still worth investigating. If you think you found one, it's worth having it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. They'll determine its condition and give it an official grade, which will give you an idea of its true market value. So, what's the current market value for this penny? As of today, the highest graded versions of the 1989 no mint mark penny are valued at $78,922, but prices can fluctuate. Factors like the coin's grade, rarity, and demand among collectors all play a role. While the highest price ever recorded for this penny is nearly $80,000, more common era coins from the same batch can still be worth several $1,000s. It all depends on the grade and current market conditions. Always keep an eye on auctions and coin dealer listings if you're thinking about buying or selling. So, there you have it. The 1989 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny might just be the most valuable penny you'll ever come across. If you've got a penny collection, or just some loose change lying around, it might be worth giving those coins a closer look. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all things rare coins, collectibles, and more. And of course, drop us a comment below. Let us know if you've ever come across a rare coin in your collection. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting! Hey there, fellow coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures sitting right under our noses. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of a penny that's worth a fortune. I'm talking about the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, this humble copper coin is now fetching an astonishing $81,722 on the market. Yup, you heard me right. A single penny, originally worth just 1 cent, is now worth more than some luxury cars. So, how did this happen? Why is this coin so valuable, and what's its history? If you're sitting on a pile of old pennies right now, you might want to stick around for this one. Alright, let's start with a little history. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It's one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. Now, if you're wondering what makes the 1994 Lincoln penny special, well, it's all about the details. The 1994 penny was minted in Philadelphia, and here's something key: pennies made at the Philadelphia Mint don't have a mint mark. So, when we say no mint mark, we're just talking about the coins made in Philly as usual. But what sets this particular penny apart is not the mint mark, or lack thereof, but rather its incredible condition and rarity in a specific grade. Okay, so why exactly is this penny fetching over $80,000? First, let's talk about the most critical factor: grading. For those who don't know, coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin in mint condition. The penny we're discussing today isn't just any ordinary 1994 penny, it's a mint state, MS, coin with an extremely high grade. In fact, the one that sold for over $81,000 was graded at MS 68 red by the professional coin grading service PCGS. For context, that's nearly as perfect as a coin can get. To reach MS 68, a coin needs to have very few, if any, contact marks and an incredible luster. And the red designation refers to the color of the penny. It means the coin has retained its original coppery sheen, rather than toning over time to a brown or dull red. So, how rare is an MS 68 red 1994 Lincoln penny? Well, only a handful of these coins in this condition exist. Most pennies that enter circulation get banged up, scratched, or discolored over time, which makes high-grade specimens incredibly hard to come by. Even out of the millions of 1994 pennies minted, finding one in such pristine condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. It's important to note that the value skyrockets as the grade increases. For instance, an MS-67 red might only sell for a few $100s, while the MS-68 red sold for $81,722. The jump in value is enormous because the supply of higher-grade coins becomes exponentially smaller. Now, let's talk about the current market for these coins. The specific 1994 Lincoln penny that fetched $81,722 was sold at a Heritage Auctions event in 2019. Since then, coin collectors and investors have been paying close attention to similar specimens. The price for coins like this fluctuates based on demand, but the fact that a penny could even reach such a high price is a testament to how competitive the numismatic market is right now. So, what does this mean for the future value of the 1994 no-mint mark penny? Well, it's hard to say for certain. The value of collectible coins can rise and fall depending on market trends, but if you've got one in near-perfect condition, now might be a great time to have it graded and see where you stand. You never know, it could be worth thousands, or maybe even more in the future. Okay, so by now, you're probably asking yourself, do I have one of these valuable pennies in my pocket change? Well, here's what you need to do to check. First, take a close look at your 1994 pennies. If you notice any in great condition, no scratches, no discoloration, and a shiny red hue, you're off to a good start. Next, you'll want to consider getting the coin graded. You can send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official grade. But be aware, it costs money to get your coins graded, so you'll want to make sure it's worth the investment. Coins with significant wear or damage won't fetch nearly as much money, even if they are from 1994. Before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with a few tips. If you're serious about coin collecting, always store your coins properly. Use coin flips or holders to avoid scratches and tarnishing, and try to avoid touching the coins with your bare hands as oils from your skin can cause damage over time. Also, do your research. Just because a coin is old doesn't mean it's automatically valuable. Condition is key, and the rarity of high-grade coins is what makes them fetch such high prices. And finally, patience is everything in the coin world. Your pennies might not be worth much today, but who knows what the future holds. And that's it for today's video. If you learned something new or found this video interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome coin collecting content. Let me know in the comments if you found any interesting pennies in your collection recently, or if you're planning to get one graded. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting! Hey coin collectors and treasure hunters! Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating story behind one of the most surprising coins in U.S. history, the 2000 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right, a humble penny, but not just any penny, one that recently sold for an astonishing $12,111. Yes, you heard me correctly, $12,000 for a penny. So, what makes this tiny copper coin worth such an eye-watering amount? Let's break down the history, the rarity, and why collectors are going crazy over this small yet mighty treasure. Let's start with a little history on the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent, or penny as we commonly call it, has been a staple in American currency for over a century. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person on its obverse, or head side. This was revolutionary for its time. Over the years, the Lincoln penny has undergone various design changes, but the likeness of Honest Abe has remained constant. The reverse side of the coin has seen transformations as well, including the iconic wheat ears from 1909 to 1958, and the memorial design from 1959 until 2008, commemorating the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. The coin also has an interesting mix of metals. It started as nearly pure copper, but over time, its composition has changed, including the modern penny, which is predominantly zinc-coated with a thin layer of copper. But enough about the general history. Let's talk about the specific penny in question, the 2000 D. So, what's the big deal about the 2000 D Mint Mark Lincoln cent? First, let's break down what D means. The D on a penny means it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the key facilities producing U.S. coinage. The Denver Mint has been making coins since 1906, and their coins are marked with a small d to distinguish them from those made at other mints, like the Philadelphia or San Francisco mints. In 2000, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents, but not all pennies are created equal. The penny we're talking about today is far from ordinary. It's an extraordinary example of both rarity and quality. A 2000 D penny in such pristine, uncirculated condition, with no signs of wear and featuring a flawless strike, is extremely hard to come by. These are the pennies collectors dream of finding. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of why this particular coin is so valuable. Coin collectors, and really, any collectors, know that the value of an item is driven by two main factors: rarity and condition. For starters, pennies from the year 2000 are pretty common in circulation. Most of us have probably handled dozens, if not hundreds, of them over the years without even noticing. But what separates the everyday 2000 penny from one worth $12,111 is the condition it's in. The penny we're talking about is in mint state, or uncirculated condition, meaning it looks almost as perfect as the day it was struck at the Denver Mint. No scratches, no dings, no evidence it's been rattling around in someone's pocket for years. In fact, the penny sold at auction was graded as MS68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. The MS, or mint state grading scale, goes from 60 to 70, with 70 being the absolute peak of perfection. To put that in perspective, an MS68 coin is almost flawless to the naked eye. There are very few 2000 pennies graded this high, which makes this coin incredibly rare. So, why $12,111? What caused this specific penny to fetch such a staggering amount at auction? Well, rarity combined with demand is the simple answer. There are a few reasons for the high value: population rarity. The higher the grade of the coin, the fewer there are in existence. An MS68 graded coin from 2000 is one of the best examples known to exist. Auction competition. When a coin like this comes up for auction, collectors will bid against each other to add it to their collection, sometimes driving the price sky high. Historical significance. While the Lincoln penny is still in circulation today, pennies from specific years in top-notch condition hold a nostalgic value, especially for collectors of U.S. coinage history. The coin we're talking about today sold at auction for $12,111 in 2023, showing just how competitive the market for rare, high-quality pennies can be. And here's something even more exciting. This isn't the only Lincoln penny fetching high prices. Pennies from the Lincoln series can range from common pocket change to incredibly valuable collector's items, depending on their year and condition. The 1943 bronze wheat penny, which was accidentally made from bronze during World War II, can be worth over $100,000. The 1955 double-die penny, famous for its doubled obverse letters, can sell for over $1,000 if found in good condition. The 1969 double-die penny, with its prominent doubling on the date and letters, can also reach prices in the tens of thousands. So, next time you're going through your pocket change or coin jar, keep an eye out for those rare and error coins that could be hiding in plain sight. Now, if you're wondering how the current market is valuing coins like this, the 2000 Lincoln cent can vary widely in price depending on its condition. A typical circulated 2000 penny is worth, well, just about 1 cent. But in mint state, especially at the highest grades like MS68, prices can range from a few $100s all the way up to the incredible $12,111 mark we saw at auction. If you're looking to hunt down one of these rare gems, keep your eyes peeled at estate sales, auctions, or even local coin shops. You never know where you might stumble upon an uncirculated penny that could be worth a small fortune. So, there you have it. The story of how a seemingly ordinary 2000 Lincoln cent shocked the world with a jaw-dropping auction price of $12,111. Remember, coin collecting is not only about finding valuable pieces but also about preserving history and learning more about the world around us. Who knows, the next rare penny could be sitting right in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video and want more exciting coin stories and treasure hunts, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. And as always, feel free to share your own coin discoveries or questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of a seemingly ordinary penny that has become a massive hit in the coin collecting world. A 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny that recently fetched an astonishing $7,999 at auction. Yep, you heard that right, almost $8,000 for a single penny. So, what makes this 2005 penny so valuable? How did a coin with no mint mark end up being worth a small fortune? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know the rich history behind this coin, but also how you can keep an eye out for similar treasures in your pocket change. First off, let's clarify what a no mint mark coin means. When a coin doesn't have a mint mark, it simply means that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint ***, which typically doesn't put a mint mark on coins like the Denver or San Francisco mints do. But here's the twist: just because a penny lacks a mint mark doesn't automatically make it rare or valuable. So, why did this specific 2005 penny shoot up in value? To understand that, we need to dig a bit into its history and how certain unique factors can elevate a coin's worth. The 2005 Lincoln penny doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary, right? Well, that's where things get interesting. The year 2005 was part of the Memorial Reverse series, which had been in circulation since 1959. The Lincoln cent has long been a staple in American currency, but what sets this year apart? What made this coin sell for $7,999? Here's the catch: coin grading and mint errors. Some pennies minted in 2005 were struck with exceptional quality, which brings us to the concept of MS68, or mint state 68. MS68 refers to the condition of the coin. This grade is near perfection, with almost no visible marks, scratches, or blemishes. Coins graded this high are incredibly rare, especially when we're talking about modern pennies that were mass-produced by the billions. In this case, the 2005 Lincoln penny in question had achieved an MS68 red grade, which indicates that it's in nearly flawless condition with full luster and a vibrant red coloration. Coins of this caliber are highly prized by collectors. But, as if the grade wasn't enough, specific errors or anomalies can also make certain 2005 pennies even more valuable. There are reports of double die errors, off-center strikes, and other unique minting quirks in 2005 pennies that drive up the price. So, why did this particular penny fetch $7,999? Well, the combination of its MS68 red grade, scarcity, and the condition in which it was preserved made it a must-have for collectors. It's important to note that while billions of pennies were minted in 2005, only a handful of them have ever been graded this high. Rarity is the name of the game in coin collecting. There's also something special about the Lincoln cent series. Many collectors have an emotional attachment to this coin, as it's been in circulation for more than 100 years. The fact that a high-quality example from 2005 has surfaced excites people who are dedicated to completing sets of high-grade coins, and the market for rare coins is hotter than ever. With increasing demand from collectors and investors alike, coins like this one continue to rise in value, making them excellent investments. At this point, you might be wondering, how much is my 2005 penny worth? If it's a circulated coin that's been passed around in pocket change, the odds are that it's worth face value, just 1 cent. However, if you happen to have a pristine example that you believe might grade highly, it's time to break out the magnifying glass. Coins that have been preserved straight out of mint rolls and kept in excellent condition may be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's why it's so important to have your coins professionally graded if you think they might be special. Right now, the market for high-grade 2005 pennies is strong, and while we might not see a penny sell for $7,999 every day, coins in similar conditions regularly sell for $500 to $3,000. So, how can you spot a potential gem in your pocket change or collection? Here are some tips. 1. Look for pristine condition pennies with very little wear, sharp details, and bright red color are more likely to be valuable. 2. Check for errors if the coin has any doubling in the design, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. It could be worth much more. 3. Get it graded if you believe your penny is in mint state. Consider sending it to a professional coin grading service. A high grade like MS67 or MS68 is where the big bucks come into play. Who would have thought that a humble penny from 2005 could fetch nearly $8,000? The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and with a little knowledge, you could find hidden treasures in your own pocket change. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled, because the next valuable coin could be hiding right in front of you. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting tips, rare finds, and exciting stories from the world of numismatics. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most talked about coins in modern US coinage, the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and how it skyrocketed to an unbelievable value of $9,999. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that's worth thousands of dollars today. So, what makes this coin so special? Is there some secret behind it, or is it just an anomaly? Stick around, because we're going to uncover the fascinating history, why it's so valuable, and whether you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Let's start by looking back at the Lincoln cent, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. This cent has seen many changes over the years, including modifications to the reverse design and small adjustments to its composition. For almost a century, it has remained one of the most iconic coins in American history. But what makes the 2006 no-mint mark penny stand out? Let's explore. Now, fast forward to 2006, when the Lincoln cent was still primarily made of zinc with a copper coating. At first glance, there was nothing particularly special about the 2006 pennies, but certain details, or should we say, the lack of a certain detail, sparked major interest among collectors. 2006 Lincoln penny composition 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper cladding. So, here's where the plot thickens. Most U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark to show where they were produced: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. However, there are some exceptions, like pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically don't carry a mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint has produced coins without a mint mark for decades, so the absence of one isn't always rare, or is it? What got collectors buzzing about the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just its lack of a mint mark, but the incredibly high quality of the coin, along with some subtle differences that make these coins very desirable. So why are some of these 2006 no-mint mark pennies worth so much? The answer lies in a combination of condition, rarity, and errors. Coins that are uncirculated, in mint condition, or that have a slight error from the minting process can be worth a small fortune. In fact, some collectors have paid jaw-dropping prices for pennies that exhibit subtle differences from the rest of the batch. Certain 2006 Lincoln pennies have been found with errors like die cracks, striking imperfections, and even double die obverse, where the coin's features appear slightly duplicated. These errors are highly prized among collectors, as they add rarity and uniqueness to the coin. But perhaps most importantly, condition is everything in the coin world. A 2006 no-mint mark penny in perfect, uncirculated condition, sometimes called MS-67 or MS-68, can fetch a high price. These pennies have been carefully preserved, showing no signs of wear, which makes them incredibly appealing to collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. Some of these coins, graded by professional coin grading services like PCGS, have hit the market and sold for up to $9,999. Now you might be wondering, what's the current market value of this 2006 penny? Well, the most pristine, error-filled versions of the coin have indeed sold for as much as $9,999 in recent years. However, not every 2006 penny will be worth that much. Most 2006 no-mint mark pennies in circulation today are worth only their face value, 1 cent, unless they're in excellent condition or have notable errors. If you think you have a rare 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, the best way to find out is to get it professionally graded. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can give you an official grade, and that's where the real money is. Higher grades translate to higher value. To find one of these valuable coins, you'll want to check your old piggy banks, coin collections, or even look through rolls of pennies from your local bank. While the odds are slim, you never know, you could just stumble upon one of these rare and valuable coins in your spare change. So, there you have it. The 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may seem like just another penny at first glance, but under the right conditions, it could be worth a small fortune. With the right combination of rarity, condition, and demand, these coins have fetched prices as high as $9,999, making them a treasure hiding in plain sight. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button for more awesome content on rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. And let us know in the comments below, have you checked your pennies recently? Maybe you've got a 2006 no-mint mark penny worth thousands just waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy treasure hunting!